Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the very first full-fledged coverage of E3 2013 from us, the Fuse-4 Network. Today, we're going to be covering every one of the press conferences that happened. It is day one of E3, not officially day one where everybody would be walking into the convention center in LA, but it's day one of every convention or a conference from most of the major companies that are there. So today, we just finished up with the Microsoft Media Briefing 2013 at E3. I'm one of your hosts, Dave McCauley, joined by oh, Jesus! Oh, no! Oh, no! Whoa, I can hear myself. This is horrible. Why can I hear myself? This is bad.
The stream open on your end.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, now. It all of a sudden started. I can't help it. Oh, my God. So, starting off, we have Kim.
Hi.
We have Bichelle.
Hi.
And we have Tyler, of course.
Hello.
So, it was a major fail. I had a great intro there. But then all of a sudden, that son-of-a-bitch had to start up. So, why don't we get started? The first thing that showed up, it didn't really start on time, as most media briefings don't. It was like 5 to 7 minutes later. But we got an opening, which is really surprising, opening footage from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it looked like a completely different scenario from what we're usually used to. Right away, they got into a quick cutscene where it was Snake, and I'm not going to get all the characters down because as much as I love Metal Gear, there was a lot to cover in this entire media briefing. So there was another guy there.
I think it was Ocelot.
Yes, Ocelot. Okay, so he was on there, and it said like later on in the trailer, it said something like, "Oh, an enemy that was unknown" and stuff like that. But they were on horses, and then all of a sudden, Snake started riding through. And it gave you a little bit of information about what you could do in the game. It said new stealth options. It was totally open world. New vehicle transport that'll help you get around the world. So now there's, vehicles and horses and stuff like that. The real-time weather and everything is done in real-world time. Of course, what they announced and had a big fucking shit show even before E3 happened when Konami had their media briefing, which I believe was, I think Thursday? Can't remember now. They announced that...
I think Thursday.
Thursday, okay. So they announced that Kiefer Sutherland will be the new voice of Snake, and this was the actual first time that we got to hear the voice. In very short increments, but it was like 2 or 3 word sentences. But what did you guys think? Well, let me know. What's up?
Well, I know I don't know Kiefer, but I know him from TV and such. And
I personally know Kiefer Sutherland. He's Canadian, and all of us Canadians know each other. So yeah.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, I liked it. It was actually good hearing his voice. I haven't really seen much of him lately. So.
What did you think of the new gameplay? Have you guys ever played like Metal Gear games, like especially Metal Gear Solid 4?
I played all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the new dynamic of the stealth, like using, say, a horse or something like that, or using vehicle-based... They didn't say combat, but vehicle-based transportation.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll help or hinder the series, since it's all open world? You got to take that in consideration as well.
Well, it's improvements, but it's up to each of everyone's opinion. Each opinions that to decide if it's good improvements or bad improvements. Well, improvements, good. I don't know, but
I personally think... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that I am not too sure about this open world thing. It seems like every game is gonna do that now. And I'm not really sure about it.
Well, I like the whole concept of open world because it gives you more choices, more freedom, more. Even back in like the '90s, I remember as kids, we'd go like, "Man, imagine a day where everything is just fucking you, and you're walking around with your legs and stuff like that, and the game does it and all that stuff." We're slowly progressing into that. On a side note, there's a Kickstarter for a treadmill that completely turns 360 degrees while you walk in the game with the
Oh yeah.
Oculus Rift. Like, the future is here. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want anything like a open world scenario in a game. It just seems much more flexible, much more, I hate to say it, real world, something that we're all progressing and want to get to.
Yeah, well, it's fine for certain games, but like Metal Gear Solid, it's level based for me. I think I don't know about the direction they're going in now.
Like, I could even see, like, in Metal Gear 2, where it was, like, the Big Shell or whatever it was. That was open world in a sense. Like, you're on a big unit. You can go wherever you want, unless it's, like, a locked door, which is even in open world scenarios. If you can't get to a locked door, you can't get into a locked door. You need a key to get into it. But, like, in the Big Shell, you could go wherever you wanted on that thing. As long as you were cover stealth-based or running gun like an idiot, but...
Well, they unlocked certain areas after a certain progression in the game, in both Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3. And,
sure.
I think Metal Gear Solid 4 was... I haven't really played it in a while, but I think it was more or less level-based.
It was linear based. It was linear in the sense where you just keep walking forward, get from point A to point B, and you'd make it through the game.
And there's like there isn't free. It's not free roam, but it's a pretty big area you can walk in, in certain levels.
Absolutely.
But you have to stick to the story.
Yeah. See, with the way they're plotting this, it just looks like you can do different things at different times, and I don't think that they'd be saying real world time and real world weather dynamics unless time was an element that was really important to the game. So if it said, like, all right, you need to be there in 20 minutes, you better be there in 20 minutes. That's all you have is 20 minutes, and then you fail. So you better be there, or if you want to go the stupid direction and go to another mission, then that's your prerogative. But that's the way I see it. I don't know. Michelle, how do you see this game playing out? Are you interested? Does it look interesting to you?
It does definitely look interesting. I really, as far as I heard now, is Kiefer is a nice voice actor for Snake. I mean, I don't know why people bitch so much about it.
Well,
I really like the idea of the horses.
No, go ahead, sorry.
I like the idea of the horses and the other vehicles to use as stealth choices too. I think it's a nice, new, improved way for stealth.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just that people are used to the norm. People are used to the way things have always been. And I've said this in previous podcasts, and everybody's afraid of change. Not everybody, but like a majority of the population is afraid of change. So we've had David Hayter as the voice of Snake since the inclusion of the entire series. But now, like, let's do something different. Let's change it up. Like, we're going into a new generation. He's got his own work. Even on his own Twitter, he was kind of trolling people. And people are so dumb. People are dumb because they think, what? Did they leave him hanging in the dust until, like, this conference came up and then they just announced it? No. They told him way beforehand. He was trolling everybody, saying, like, oh, my voice is sounding kind of raspy and all that.
Yeah.
The dude knew. And they had all the footage recorded. They've been doing this for months, people. They've had Kiefer Sutherland as the voice actor for months, recording in the studio.
Of course.
Just go with it. It's not, it's still going to be a Metal Gear game with new elements. It's going to be very interesting. I really don't think I'll be disappointed because I'm just a big fan. Even though I may not be totally involved in the story that's going on, I think I still like it.
Yeah, I'm really, really hyped for that game, especially since it's going to be out for Xbox too.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing for me. I don't have a PS. That's why I never got to play Metal Gear Solid 4, which fucking sucks.
Oh, that's all right.
Also, we lost Tyler, and he can't join.
I know. I tried. He can't join? All right.
On his own.
Oh, okay. See, I don't have Skype or anything open. Well, while I do this, let's move on to the next game, which was... well, it wasn't a game. They actually announced that there's going to be a brand new iteration of the Xbox 360, and it's based around the design of the Xbox One. And yet again, Microsoft does it, making a very sexy system. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it looks nice.
Like, even the PlayStation looks very sexy. They do a good job at making something very appealing to the consumer. There was nothing else other than that. They just showed the design and said, yes, here, Xbox 360, based on the Xbox One design. It's available
from today.
Yep, right now you can go out and buy it. And I think, not today, I'm not going to buy it, but...
That's what they said, yeah.
Yeah, I think I may buy it sometime soon, just because it looks so appealing. It's so beautiful.
I don't need it.
Well, I know you don't need it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Moving on from there, then we had World of Tanks, the Xbox 360 edition. Now, I've been very aware that there's a massive, massive European community around World of Tanks on the PC. There's been multiple people that have asked me to download it and play it. It just has never been... Tank-based combat has never been a big selling point for me. Even in a free-to-play game, which it is on the PC, it's never been something that I just want to dive into. Now, before we talk about this, I should put out a few details. World of Tanks is 15 versus 15 on the Xbox One, or Xbox 360, sorry. It is also free to play, only on the Xbox 360, available this summer. So summer is, people, it is from the 21st of June to the beginning, what is it, somewhere in September?
Beginning of September, yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically the third quarter of the year, so Q3. Now, has anybody played World of Tanks?
I did some time ago.
What did you think of it? Is it something that's interesting? Do you have to be like a hardcore player to actually get into it?
You don't have to be a hardcore player, but you do have to at least play it more than once to get really into it and understand the concept. If you're interested in kind of strategic versus games, then it's definitely a thing to try out.
Could it be compared to said it is like a 3D tank game from those flash games on the internet where you shoot at each other?
Yeah, it's much more intuitive and more realistic.
Yeah, it's definitely more realistic and again on a bigger scale.
Now, is there a lot of things, kind of like a StarCraft 2 kind of deal, or an RTS? It's not an RTS, I know that. It's like a third-person shooter tank game. But are there elements from those kind of games where you just need to know, like, they're, like, I don't know, fucking, what do you call them? Hotkeys, where you just... It's like really going and hitting micros and stuff like that, back, forth, and going, is it really?
Yeah,
Is it a super complicated game?
No, no. It's not really all that complicated. If you can play Battlefield 3 on the keyboard, you can play World of Tanks too.
Oh, there we go. I have trouble enough with that game. Shit. Tyler, what did you?
Join the club.
Yeah, what did you think of what you saw, dude?
I totally didn't leave, by the way. No,
No,
was
I
here the
know.
whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. We just kind
What
of.
is this, a fucking conference? Where's the hiccups? No, but yeah, I was pretty impressed, and I never played World of Tanks myself, but it was actually a big hit in college. There was like entire groups of people just playing it together.
Really? Holy shit!
It looks interesting. I just never had a computer that could run it. But
I don't think.
Mac.
I know we're not talking about the PC one. We're just kind of involving it, but like, I don't think it's very graphics heavy, is it?
No, I just think it was due to my
No.
my operating system was the only reason. I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
but it for sure I think it'd be successful on the Xbox for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely in Europe. Definitely.
And also, it's nice to see another free-to-play game on the Xbox 360.
Of course.
Oh, took them long enough to adapt to it. The PlayStation 3 has been doing it for a long while now. I don't think they have like over 10 games that are free-to-play, but they have under 10, obviously. And but yeah, this is only the second on the 360. They had that really crappy, weird, which is super successful apparently. So they tout about. They like to brag on how this one game is really successful. It's like a third-person hack and slash cartoon kind of game where you work together in guilds and stuff like that. The name surpasses me right now. But yeah, that's the only other one they have. So this will be the second one, which is good. And then hopefully we move forward from there on the Xbox One and get a lot more free-to-play games. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Next we had Max, The Curse of Brotherhood, which it was...
Brotherhood from Pressway.
Yeah. What would you guys say this is? Like an action platformer, like an action platformer, 3D platformer or something like that?
Initial thought, Limbo 2. Like, it just kind of had a Limbo-esque style to it. I mean, obviously more colorful and, outward and, he talks. But, like, it just kind of had that kind of feeling, the way it progressed,
Yeah. We didn't really see much from it. We just saw basically a trailer that had some gameplay in it, and you couldn't really tell what it was, other than a platformer or something.
It reminded me a little bit of Heart of Darkness. You played that?
No,
Yeah.
you said that, though. Maybe you can give me a little bit of rundown, and Michelle can add to it as well.
Heart of Darkness was a game. I think it's on the PC too, but it was for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. It was this boy who has this dog that gets kidnapped, and he has to go into this strange world and find his dog. It's basically Satan, I guess, who's the villain. He's not named Satan, but he's basically that. But it did look like Heart of Darkness in a sense, except for the fact that Heart of Darkness has more climbing and such things. I don't think I can add more than that. I mean, it was pretty good for its time. It was good graphics and actually pretty good cinematics too.
Wow. Okay, so I just want to throw this out here. This just showed up in my feed. GameStop is actually having an E3 showdown, and apparently what it is we need to decide which of these dudes is doing better covering E3. Vote each hour during the show to push them closer to their goals, to winning a prize. So, looking at their feeds, I think we've won. I think we just fucking kicked their ass, because it's more like, hey, this game's shit. This game's
so
stupid.
good, we're not even on the ballot.
That's not really covering games. That's more or less putting your personal opinion into what is there. Covering games is, we're doing a post show. It's not even the same thing. We were covering it with tweets and stuff like that, but yeah, whatever. Who cares? I know.
Just forget them.
Kind of fires me up, like, oh, what the fuck?
Pshaw, Dave. Pshaw.
So dumb, so stupid. But Michelle, would you say the same thing as what Kim just said there? Like basically the same rundown?
It definitely reminds me of that game. That was the first thought that came to mind. It definitely looks like a platform puzzle-y game. So I'm really looking forward to it. The music, what I heard from the little trailer, seems pretty interesting too.
Okay, that's good. Tyler, what do you think? You thought it was very Limbo-based?
I mean, obviously not in the sense where it's like dark, morbid, and like, you know, murder and killing and death. But it just kind of had like, yeah, that too. It just kind of had that kind of progression to it. How it kind of felt like one of those, just the puzzles and the platforming. It just felt like a very similar type of a game.
Yeah, I
just feel like somebody who got into Limbo but maybe wanted a more bright atmosphere would definitely enjoy this game.
Yeah, can't wait to see more from the footage that comes from the floor over there at the LA Convention Center. So next we had the Dark Souls 2. There was some gameplay and it was gameplay integrated into the trailer that they had.
She's so goddamn excited.
Yeah, there wasn't an actual guy playing it, but it was, like I said, gameplay integrated into the trailer. Looks very Dark Souls-esque, you know. There's not much you can change other than the story.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, exactly. And the story is very deep, where you have to actually explore to get your story. So, let's start with Michelle.
Like,
what did you think?
well, I'm fucking excited. I'm so excited. Because we don't really have a lot of information right now on Dark Souls 2, except that it's Dark Souls 2. And what we saw in the trailer, we don't know if it's completely open world like Dark Souls or more level based like Demon Souls.
I'm gonna throw it out there and saying it's Dark Souls. You know, just because of the name and the reputation that they had, and how it became even bigger when it came to the PC with the extra DLC and everything that was free with it.
The Prepare to Die edition. I still want that.
I have it, and
they weren't kidding when they said Prepare to Die.
Oh yeah, I am terrible. I plan on maybe streaming that one day.
I never subjected myself to that torture.
Don't. It doesn't tell you what to do unless you watch streams. That's how I figured out what to do. I'm like, okay, so I do this, and here I am just standing here like a retard. Like, and don't say the R word. That was my mistake. I shouldn't say that. An idiot. That first guy. You're like, what? And finally,
please tell me, how often did you die on that little boss in the beginning?
I did not die.
Oh, congrats!
I actually, I listened to the game and it told me go through here, and I was like, okay, and then died from the skeleton guys. So, because I had such low health.
Avoids boss, dies to mid-level enemy.
Exactly, dies to minion number 1.
Oh, that's perfect.
This guy was on his first day of work, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I can wait to hear some more from the music and to see what kind of bosses they have.
I'm sure we'll hear more about that this week.
Tomorrow.
It seems like they're going to be pushing a lot more of it with, what is it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as it comes around.
Tuesday.
I forgot how short E3 is. Like, the doors open at 12, they close at 6. Like, I totally forgot about that.
It's weird.
You only have a 6-hour time span, and basically you're standing in line for like an hour to 45 minutes. So that's how they get you. You got to go all 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, were you ever a big fan of the game, Kim? Did you ever play it?
Well, I have it. I didn't play it much, but I have it. I did watch the playthrough on YouTube, but I haven't played a lot of it. I'm not really a huge fan of those games. Not the hard type of games, but the medieval times kind of game.
Okay.
But I bought it because a friend has it, and he wanted me to play it, and it was cheap, so I got it.
Yeah, it's like what it is on Steam. I think it was like $30, and I was like, it was just a spur of the moment kind of purchase. I didn't really know what to expect.
Return value on that game, mind you.
What?
People tried returning the game, and they got a lot less back than they paid for.
There's no return value on Steam games.
It's too hard, man.
I just meant
Give
the
me my
PS3
money
and
back.
Xbox game.
And Tyler, you never subjected yourself to the first one, but
No, but I watched people in college play it, and they got very upset. So that's why I didn't subject myself to it, because I'm not the kind of person who wants to get that pissed off over a game.
yeah.
Heck, I have FIFA for that.
Oh god. You know, I just any sports
got
game,
League
I'm like, fuck.
Pissed off.
Oh, League of Legends, yeah, that too. I hear a lot of people get pissed off at that.
Oh god.
You heard right.
So then, moving on from there, we had Rise. I don't
For the
think
Xbox One, yeah.
I don't think previously we had a sub title for it. So I
No.
think even before this, we knew Rise existed, but we didn't know it was called Rise, Son of Rome. We had both trailer and gameplay, very extensive gameplay that was shown.
Yeah.
Everything in the game is rendered in real time, which is awesome. I think that is going to be it's going to be a standard for these next gen consoles. I'm not bashing, but I don't know if that is what it is for the Wii U, because it's based off of it's basically an Xbox 360, the Wii U. I don't know. And the Xbox 360 couldn't render everything in real time, nor could the PS3. But yeah, it looks like these two next-gen consoles are rendering everything in real time, which is awesome. It looks like it has hack and slash elements with button-specific QTEs involved.
God of War.
Yeah, and there are a lot of character models on screen at once, which is great.
Yeah.
That just shows the processing power of, the Xbox One. It shows that it can handle a lot, which is good. Also, it looks like in the game, I don't know if you guys can hear the birds in the background. I apologize if you can.
It's Twitter.
Apologizing for the birds.
There's all right, shut the fuck up.
Very Canadian of you.
There's a lot of group AI combat, artificial intelligent combat that seems to be a little or a big thing in the game. The director of the game came out later on and said that it was. I don't know, what did he say? It was a feature? I don't know if he said a big feature. Does anybody remember?
I think he said a big feature, seeing how I think it was big feature, because if you think about it, the character's Marius Titus, so there will be a lot of combat and group combat going on. I'm pretty sure.
That's good. So it is brought to you by Crytek and is exclusive to the Xbox One. It's going to be a day one release. Reminded me a lot of a very polished version of the Cursed Crusades.
Yeah.
Just much better done. And I like that.
I definitely agree. Especially the polished part.
Yeah, I like the Cursed Crusades. As buggy and as shit as it was still a fun game overall. But I can't wait to pick this one up. It looks very in-depth. Looks very, I don't know. What's the word? Intuitive?
Intuitive, yeah, definitely.
Very beautiful. When they panned out and they showed the landscape and everything that was going on at once, in real time, keep in mind.
Rendered really, really well.
Very beautiful.
Man, Dave, I'll tell you what. When they first switched from trailer to gameplay, I almost thought we were still watching a cutscene because of how beautifully rendered everything was. Like, just the shining of the armor and the backgrounds and the ground you walk on. Holy shit.
Yeah, and when I tweeted about it, I thought I sent out my tweet too early saying everything was in engine and in real time. I was like, oh, fuck, no, this is another trailer. Because I thought they were switching from one to the other. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, good, I don't have to delete that tweet because they proved me right, thank God. It's all in game, real time. Here we go.
Preemptive tweet.
Yeah. I just assumed that we were going into the game because of what they were doing. It just seemed like the usual thing that they do. So yeah, what do you guys think? You know, Tyler thinks it's beautiful and gorgeous and everything that I basically said, and you know, I don't really know. Is this your type of game? If you had an Xbox One, if it was free and you had it, would this be one of the games that you pick up day one?
Yeah.
Absolutely?
Absolutely. It reminded me, I have to say, it reminded me a little bit of that Lord of the Rings game, based on the movie, the hack and slash game.
I remember that one, yeah.
It was based off, I don't think it was too much quick time events, but...
I think it was just Return of the King.
It was that.
I think, or Two Towers.
I think there was actually 3 games.
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't the same in the Fellowship. Yeah, but anyway.
The third one was awesome, but anyway.
Another thing I want to add is, I'm assuming, but there is no multiplayer, correct?
They never said anything about that
Never
yet.
said anything.
No.
So we don't know.
If that game was if that game was co-op, I would have a friend and me play the shit out of it.
That would not surprise me. If there was no multiplayer, I think it would definitely be co-op. I think that would be the best thing for it. I wouldn't want to see a multiplayer based off of that. I'd more or less just want to see like maybe a 2 to 4 person co-op. That would be really fun. That would make it a really fun game. On top of just being a fun game, what it looks like single player.
I always liked that era, the Roman times. So
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Another thing it reminds me of is that Conan game on the Xbox 360. Did you guys
Never
ever
played
play
that.
that? Oh.
I never bothered.
It was bad, but really good. I should LP it.
Oh,
sometime, but
such a game. Great.
oh my god, it's so fun.
Good but bad, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a lot of games out there that
So
Oh,
bad
that
it becomes.
great, yeah.
And at this point, after that, we finally saw it. We
Killer
saw
Instinct.
Combo Breaker!
Combo breaker.
Yes! Yes!
Finally.
I was
I
so
did not
right
see
on
that
this.
coming, man. That was awesome.
I was so right on this. I was like, fuck yeah, we're going to see Killer Instinct because they renewed the copyright for it. Why would they ever do that? If not, just give it up to another company. Why keep it? Who cares? But they did
It
it.
was just a matter of time.
Oh.
Jesus, it was.
Oh, and at this point, they just showed like a quick flash. They were like, and showed the characters that were from the past with new updated models and everything like that. And then they said, yes, we've been listening. It's back. Killer Instinct exclusively for the Xbox One. Okay. So we have that.
Everybody was expecting Banjo too.
Oh, and see, why? Why?
Why would they?
I do not get that. They've never spoken about anything past that. It didn't make sense to me, like Banjo or anything like that. It never made sense.
Instinct made the most sense.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. With fighting games being really popular now and really hot, why would you not want to go into the next generation with a popular, super hype game? Super hype fighting game from the past that'll really get it'll sell units. But past that, then we had Sunset Overdrive. By Insomniac Games. I said that it kind of looked like a bridge between Mirror's Edge meets TF2 meets Gotham City Imposters. And yet we only got a trailer, but yeah, it had the same art style as Gotham City Imposters. Looked like it. I don't know. We didn't really get much from it. You were shooting guys. It could have been like a tower defense game, kind of like that. What the hell is it? Orcs Must Die.
Oh yeah.
Could be something like that. We'll have to find out. Yeah. Then we moved on to Forza Motorsport 5. And they had a lot of interesting information on cloud-based gaming here.
That's true.
Which is a big thing for the next generation consoles. So they have something that's called Drivatar. And what it basically does is learns from your actions and uploads it to the cloud. So, I can see it being very intricate and very complicated. But the basic way to actually talk about it is like the game learns from you. The game is constantly playing without you. As you're gaining XP.
Which is bullshit, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think it ever takes like a win-loss kind of ratio. Like, who cares? I think if her friends are playing online and they want to go like bot mode, maybe that's what it'll be. It's like a bot mode.
I know what I'd do. I'd be that dick that
crashes into everything.
Drives in the wrong direction, crashing into everybody. Put that on the fucking cloud.
Yeah, but every game that you're not playing, you're gaining XP. They never said anything about win-loss. Who cares, though?
I only
for
gain
fuck's
hate
sake. We're playing games.
That is not important, but then again, why would XP be important? If you don't play, why should you get XP?
New car parts.
Yeah, exactly. New car parts, new upgrades, new cars, new money. Who knows?
It's still kind of cheap.
And
you just know that people will abuse that.
Oh, it better not be like that fucking FIFA hack that they had. let me steal
Oh,
you.
Dave, you can't forget that one, can you?
Yeah, I only had it happen to me 3 times.
Only.
Yeah, and I never got my money back. Thanks, Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Over like
we're pipping your shit. Thanks a lot.
Over $300. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So the game basically learns how you take corners, how aggressive you are, all that kind of stuff. Pits you against online players when you're not there. Anybody a real fan of Forza? I missed Forza 4. I played 2 and 3.
Not a huge car game guy.
Not at all.
No?
I'm more into the Burnout series and Gran Turismo.
Yeah? Okay. Well, I guess we can move on from here. Forza is kind of like Gran Turismo, where it's like very beautiful games, very intricate games. They take into account what the specs of the car are and try to emulate them the best they can with a controller in your hand or like a wheel in front of your face. So yeah, that was Forza. Very beautiful game. They showed everything. What do we have? Then
Minecraft.
Well, yes, I said this about the next thing because then they brought up indie developers. And if you've ever seen what indie developers have to say about Microsoft, they hate them. They do not like working with them because, 1, it is very hard to get in contact with them, 2, it is very hard to work with them, and 3, it is very expensive to get an update with them. I think to get an update, it's like $20,000 or something like that.
Something about, yeah.
It is really expensive and really fucking stupid. Like, are you kidding me? Come on. So finally, I said it's a very touchy subject, and then, I'm sorry, I don't see this game as indie anymore. They brought up Minecraft.
It's too mainstream now.
They brought up Minecraft, and it has a physical disc on the Xbox 360.
That doesn't make it indie anymore if it's being sold like that.
Now they're bringing another physical disc to the Xbox One. Sorry, no longer indie. These guys they're big.
This is not. It's been released on every possible platform, at least besides PlayStation. Wait, was on?
Yeah, no, it's not on PlayStation.
Yeah,
so can we stop? Oh, Notch, the indie developer. No, sorry.
He's not an indie developer anymore.
Sorry, no more. He can claim that
of Minecraft.
Yes, he can claim that he's making little indie-based games, that he has trouble, and he's taking little.
But how many of them are going to do what Minecraft did for him?
Blah 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 blah. But no, Minecraft, multi-million-dollar franchise that they're going to whore out.
A great game in all rights. That's like,
yeah,
in case
absolutely.
anybody's wondering, we're not dissing Minecraft.
No, that's
we're
what
saying it's not a fucking indie game
Minecraft
anymore.
is great, but it's not indie. Not at all.
That's why I called it Minecraft in my tweet, and I went, Minecraft. Minecraft.
Minecraft.
So yeah, that's coming. And then they showed off a little bit about Quantum Break. Now,
That was interesting.
That was really interesting.
Now, do you guys want to kind of go through it? It's an Xbox One exclusive, one of the 13 that they have that are coming out. I didn't get the main character's name, but basically he can stop time because he kind of was fucked up in a medical experiment or something like that, and he can work
Something
around.
like that, yeah.
He can work around to solve things, and he can pull people out of what they call zero
Zero
state.
time.
Zero State, yeah, that's what it was.
What do you guys think? I think this is going to be a great game.
It looked pretty fucking cool, to say the least.
It looks great.
Was it just a cinematic trailer?
It was a cinematic trailer, but yeah, that's basically what the game is going to be based around. Is like working with the zero state technology that you can apparently do in your head with this other girl, and it almost looks like you're little agents or maybe mercenaries or something like that. I didn't quite get. I was typing down a whole bunch of shit at the time, so.
The concept of reality bending in video games is kind of I've seen a lot of people attempt it, but this just looks like if it's done as well as the cinematic made it look, this could be some cutting edge shit right here.
Well, it just reminds me of that game on the Xbox 360, that first person shooter. I really enjoyed it. It was a first person shooter, Time Shift.
Oh yeah,
Time
Time Shift. That was a great game.
Where you could stop it, rewind it, pause it, slow it down. And even what's that other one? Is it Dishonored where you can pause time and turn the people around to shoot each other in the face? No. No. Dishonored has that element where you can take over people's bodies, turn them in front of a bullet, right? Am I right? I never really finished Dishonored.
Never played Dishonored.
It's in Bioshock Infinite though.
Yeah, but because I know I could be wrong. Anybody in the chat or anybody on Twitter, be sure to use the hashtag Fuse-4 E3 and let us know. But I think it might be Dishonored where you can possess people, and if somebody's going to shoot you, you could take over the other person's body and bring them in front of the bullet, and then they kill each other. I don't know, something like that. Could be wrong. It has elements of that as well, though. Almost, it looks like it, where it's like time-bending kind of stuff. Which is really interesting, and something that hasn't really been played with, but a lot of people seem to like. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see how it works out. I'm interested in it. I kind of hope that it's going to be a bit stealthy, not just a straight-up go to somewhere and shoot people kind of game.
Yeah, like a run-and-gun third-person shooter or something like that, yeah.
Definitely
I hope it's going to be stealthy.
Yeah. The next thing we had was D4.
Swear 65, yes!
Now, do you want to talk about this? I'm just going to go to the washroom really quick.
You know, you could have probably just muted yourself and nobody would have known you left.
No, because I'm doing the rundown here, so I need to make sure just in case it's a really short conversation.
Hey, dude, take your piss.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay, well now, all we saw was pretty much just a short trailer of D4, and that Swery 65 is now finally working more with Microsoft, so we can pretty much expect more games from him on there. Not only, what was it called? Shadows of the Damned. That was one game that was on the 360 from him. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Sadly, we didn't see anything more. What the fuck are you doing, Emmett?
Nothing. It's just something on my eye. But
So what are your thoughts?
no, the first thing I thought was this reminds me of Telltale games. The way it was, the graphics, how it was illustrated. The Walking Dead specifically. But it also reminded me of another game called 13. That was released many years ago. I really don't have any opinions on the game. As of yet, I don't really know much about it, so I want to wait until I know more before I can state my opinion on that.
Tyler?
I'm not even sure if I was like fully tuned into that part. I think I did see a bit of it, and I do agree with Emmeth. I love the cel-shaded look on a game. I've seen so many games that pull it off very nicely. You know, I guess you can't say too much from just initial thoughts because you didn't see all that much on it. But sure, it's like one of those cases where we should see more, and then we can determine where to go from there.
Yeah, I really hope that they maybe even show a bit more of it this E3, but I kind of doubt it.
There's a possibility. There's always a possibility of showing more.
Yeah, the next thing after D4 that they showed was Project Spark.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hello, Dave.
Boom.
Here comes the boom.
Figured I'd let everybody finish. So, yeah. So, basically what they said is about Project Spark is how you start out with nothing and make something amazing. You can share it. It uses the Kinect's voice functionality, but it also uses the smart glass, which kind of uses it in an RTS style to work on the land. Yeah, couldn't really tell what it was. It seemed like an RTS kind of make it yourself kind of game, kind of like RPG Builder or Maker or whatever it was. I don't know. And of course we had we had the great quote of, "Come on, little buddy, let's rock and roll." And then they called it
so many bad puns.
And then they called it Rockman, and I was like,
No.
Copyright!
You're gonna get sued by Capcom.
Can't call it Rockman. What are you doing? You crazy people. Jeez. But
And
what
now
did
we're
you...
just gonna see all over the news. Capcom goes to sue.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But Project Spark is coming for Xbox One and Windows 8 based systems. What did you guys think?
It looked interesting. It did. If I get an Xbox One, I'll probably get it because it's so creative, and I like being creative in games. So
That's good.
really-
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing more to add to that.
And it seemed to work with a lot of the voice commands. Like everything was, yeah, I'm sure yet again, like I said, everything that is voice commands is optional. Everybody thinks when they hear Kinect and Smart Glass, it's, oh, I don't want to use that. I want to use a controller in my hand. No, everything,
Optional.
it was all optional. Everything to do with Smart Glass and Kinect is optional. You're welcome. Unless it says
You're welcome.
on that game cover, requires the Kinect to function. Like it always does with those XBLA games that came out for the 360 where you needed the Kinect. They're not
You
trying
can start bitching.
Yeah, they're not trying to dupe you into anything. Calm down, people. Listen to the wording. You're welcome.
Go
Dave,
ahead. That often gets on my nerves.
Oh,
Oh,
it does.
God. Yeah.
People they see one thing and they jump to conclusions like, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm not gonna buy it. This is bullshit."
It's the lazy gamer mentality. I've always said that. The lazy gamer mentality only wants to hear what they want to hear. And if they already hate something, they're going to hate on it. If they want to love it, they're going to love it. If they want to take a journalistic kind of view on it, they're going to listen to all angles. Or an optimistic view on it. They're going to listen to
merely
everything.
another alternative means of playing the game.
Yep. All right, Michelle, go ahead. What were you about to say on the game?
Yeah. What was I going to say?
I'm sorry.
You were about to say,
I don't-
come on, little buddy, let's rock and roll!
Fuck that shit, no.
Rockman.
Yeah, about if I would get it if I had an Xbox One. I don't think I would get it because I would only use it to dig around in it and not really progress in the game. And it seems like a tower defense kind of game, and I'm not too... I don't really have much fun with those.
You should try out, what the hell is it? The one that I love. Every time I want to think of a game name, it always surpasses me.
Plants vs. Zombies.
No, Field of Field Runners. Field Runners 2 on Steam. You should pick that up. Or Field Runners 1 on PC or any iOS device. Amazing game. You'll love it. That's a good tower defense game. Very fun. Very optional.
If they have a demo, I'll try that.
Oh yeah, try it out. Next we heard more about Smart Glass and using it with Rise, Son of Rome. After that, we saw more Killer Instinct of this guy that was pretending to use a fight stick.
Yeah, what a fucking douche.
That was hilarious. Hilarious.
Are you kidding me with that shit?
He looked like he was just like circling. He's like, yeah, I'm kicking your ass. Looked like
This
he
is
was
a
like,
jerk session, pal. That's not how you use that.
oh, it was so crazy watching him just go circling thing, hitting every button. It was like a movie. Like I was watching a movie when they're using a controller and they're just hitting every fucking button at the same time.
It's just a dramatization of how people actually use fight sticks.
Yeah.
Just mashing buttons and shaking your stick like you're going crazy.
And then the girl tries to make it like you can't be good at a fighting game using a controller. She's like, you're using a stick. I can't
Clearly,
beat
she's
you.
never played against us in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, like what is wrong with you? No, I can't beat you. You're using a stick. You're using a fight pad.
At least she didn't say it was because she's a woman.
Oh my god.
Oh my
that
god.
That would have made me face palm my hat through the wall.
Yeah. Jesus.
No.
All right, so we saw more of that. Looked gorgeous. Looked like the old school style where everything was very combo based and it just continued on. You could beat somebody with
combo breaker.
yeah, you could
Exactly.
beat a person with one combo. Still looks like that, which is pretty cool.
Aggravating.
Go ahead.
It's going to be
really-
aggravating, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what fighting game isn't aggravating? But when I noticed it, when they gave us more gameplay footage with those two going at it, and him using his fight stick, I don't know. A lot of it gave me a Street Fighter 4-esque kind of feeling. Just the way it looked and presented itself, I guess.
Faster though.
Yes,
Faster,
much
yeah.
faster, much faster pace.
Which
I
is
think
good.
I would get that if I get the Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Then we had they announced the deal. Now I put my, Xbox One has a deal with Twitch TV, but it's Microsoft has a deal with Twitch TV now.
Yeah.
It's not just Xbox One. They have an exclusive deal with one. Not did they say exclusive or did they just say they had a deal? I kind of
I think
missed
they
it.
might have said exclusive. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
they said exclusive.
But let's be safe and just say deal.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking big if they have a deal with the biggest video game streaming competitive tournament scene on the internet. Like that's huge.
This shit is where Vivo goes down, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So then, as previously reported in rumors, they're getting rid of Microsoft points. You won't have that anymore. Everything's going to be dealt with in real money.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, which is good because
Why?
they kind of rip you off with that. Like if you work out everything, the Microsoft points don't make sense. Like you end up paying more for what you get.
You're not getting a deal. You're getting a butt fucking.
Yeah. So, but hopefully, since they're going to be moving the Xbox account, you can use them on both systems. You can use Xbox Live on both Xbox 360 and Xbox One. They're going to kind of transfer your already existing Microsoft points into real money and not just fuck you over and be like, yeah, they're gone now. Too bad.
Well, that's good at least. At least they're not gonna, cause more shit.
Well, I'm saying hopefully. I didn't say they'll actually do that.
Oh, they're
yeah.
not doing. Oh, I didn't.
We'll see,
I
we'll
do know
see.
that I know they're transferring your membership, but I don't know if they do the points as well. That's a good point.
They better. They
Do
better.
they have like a
convert it.
point to cash ratio or something? Because I don't know.
Oh, they better. They better figure that shit out because if I have points on my account by that time, then I expect to get $8.23, or whatever it is. Not just $8. If it works out to 23 cents. I want those goddamn 23 cents, son.
What is it? Is it how much is it? 500 points, and you get it's for like $5 or something.
400 points for $5.
Hmm.
That doesn't include pennies and nickels and dimes and stuff like that, though. That you overpay. But
Yeah.
then we had Crimson Dragon, which
Without audio.
there was a little bit of a hiccup, and everybody was going and shitting on, oh, Microsoft, here we go. Oh, shut up.
Real
Shut up.
professional,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
No.
Nobody's perfect but human,
It wasn't
goddammit.
at that point. It wasn't at that point where the real professional thing came up.
Oh,
So
yeah,
people
I know.
People
Oh,
were
God.
just kind of in the audience going, hey, there's no audio. And,
And
you
there was
know,
some
and people on
booing.
Twitter, the haters, were just like, yeah, Microsoft, typical Microsoft. Whatever. We didn't really see much of that. It looked like a fucking dragon game.
Surprising.
There wasn't much to
was
it.
interesting. I'd play a demo.
It's a
Yeah.
sequel to a game, isn't it?
If you're thinking about the PlayStation 3 game, then no, because that was the only, Dragon something? It was on PlayStation 3. I don't know. Might be.
The only kind of dragon game that comes to mind for PS is Dragon's Dogma, and that has nothing to do with that.
No,
No.
not that one.
So, I have no idea.
Panzer Dragoon.
No, I don't think it's that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. The game is seen as a spiritual successor.
Oh, is it? Is that what it says?
Spiritual
Oh, okay.
successor,
Okay.
probably. But I've never played that game either, so I can't tell you.
I just wouldn't have thought that. So then we had Dead Rising 3, which is also rumored, which is a really big thing, and
I
it's
shit
gonna,
my pants.
it's going to be open world with a brand new character, 72 hours post-outbreak.
His name is Nick, right? The character?
Yeah, Nick, I didn't catch the
Yeah.
last name. They said the last name, but I can't remember what it was. They showed in-game footage, visible improvements over the last games because of the
Holy
technological
shit, dude.
aspects. Open world with 0 load times, which seems to be the new industry
Amazing,
standard.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be a new thing now. Destructible objects in the game, as we saw a car exploding to kill. He shot it a couple times and it blew up to kill zombies.
There was definitely an issue with that in Dead Rising 2. Like, there was destructible environments, but there was only a line there. Certain stuff you could just hit like it's made out of solid titanium.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then hundreds of weapons in the games with infinite amount of customization to putting them together, which won't be true. There's only going to be a little bit that you can put together. Probably
Still looks
like
good, though.
200,
It's still going to
300
be-
new items.
It's
still
going to be
duct tape.
huge.
Yeah.
Nick,
Driving's going to be a big part of the game. You're no longer safe when driving, even like in Dead Rising 1 where you're able to drive around.
Which is
Zombies can attach themselves to the car, and you're going to have to do like a QTE type of event to get them off, or else they'll bite you. Probably not kill you, but just bite you.
Then again, the guy's name was Nick Ramos.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
And they showed at the end of the whole gameplay that you can use optional smart
Optional,
glass,
you motherfucker.
smart
Keyword-
glass.
Keyword of the day, optional.
Smart glass to call in air support. Now, I'm sure there's probably another thing where you can hit select and then just go air support or something like that. Everybody
They
calm
called
down.
in the nukes.
Yeah, it's an Xbox 3... I'm so used to Xbox 360. Xbox One exclusive. But yeah, what did everybody think?
Yeah, I mean, I played Dead Rising 2. I think Case West. I think I played that. And that was a good game. I liked it. I'd play more.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks freaking amazing. The voice actor is pretty cool. I really dig the voice. It works for the character.
And believe it or not, again, that's Kiefer Sutherland! Everybody freak out!
It's amazing how huge these zombie groups are going to be.
Jesus Christ.
It will be such an interesting game. Really, I can't wait to play it. I'm definitely going to get it if I get an Xbox One.
Yeah. It seems the big thing here is all these were exclusives and maybe not day one releases, but they were all exclusives.
Mm.
So you have to get an Xbox One to actually do it, to afford it. So yeah, Tyler.
Jesus Christ! When I saw Dead Rising 3 pop up, I literally just almost started crying tears of joy. Anybody who knows, Dave and I especially are huge fans of the Dead Rising franchise, and to see finally after how long has it been since Dead Rising Off the Record was the most recent thing, right?
Let me check now.
Where you play as Frank and Chuck's story.
Off the Record was the last one, I think.
When was that? That was
2011 August or October.
So it's been about 2 years.
October 11th, 2011.
It's been a while, and I started to wonder to myself if they were even going to continue the series in any way. But then again, we wondered, what are we going to do? We're going to continue with same characters, new characters, and we assumed it was going to be somebody new, and it is. But what I noticed mostly, when they were showing the gameplay, it kind of felt more dark, if you know what I mean. Dead Rising always had a bit of playfulness and joy to it, like the way you kill zombies is kind of humorous.
Yeah.
The way it was shown in the footage, it was just more like serious mow down zombies, kill them by any means necessary. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a cool take on it. And I also want to know what they're going to do in terms of bosses, like psychopaths and whatnot. I want to know where they're going to go with that. So I'm definitely going to play it regardless. We got to see more.
It seems with a lot more, as they said, with a bigger open world area, that there's going to be a lot more of a sense of loneliness in this game, as opposed to, there's people around. And I hope we don't have that thing where we can go somewhere and talk to everybody. Like maybe we can drop
in this game.
Yeah, maybe we can drop people off in places, but I don't want to have like a central hub of an area of where we can have our own like command center. I don't want that again. I want like take person to A to B, and then that's it. Like we have to make up our own area, like a hobo, like make up our own cardboard box home kind of area.
Fuck your Zombrex, Katie.
Yeah.
Fuck. God damn it. Another key feature that I really like is that we're going to be able to distract zombies from our presence. What we saw in the trailer. Yeah,
it seemed cool with flares and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got 14 minutes before the next press conference, so we're gonna have to kind of charge through everything here. Okay, so then we saw The Witcher 3 on stage with brand new game footage coming to the Xbox One. The combat is built from the ground up, open world, 100+ hours of gameplay, optional voice commands with the Kinect. There you go, optional. And Smart Glass can work with your inventory. And at that point on Twitter, I said, keep in mind everything the Kinect and Smart Glass is optional. So
in your fucking heads, it's optional.
What'd you guys think?
I haven't really played the series at all, so I can't really tell.
I know somebody who's excited.
I haven't really compared. I can't compare it to anything. So yeah, it looked good though. Did.
I'm going to buy it.
Oh my god, they have been just making her freak out all day, and it's been awesome.
No, I'm so fucking happy for a new Witcher game.
Witcher looks really good, though. Yeah, looks more the same, but awesome. Great. Yeah. And then after that, we saw Battlefield 4, which was a surprise. I thought we'd see that just at the EA event, which is coming up next, and we're going to be covering that as well. But yeah, this was the single-player part of it. They had some more audio issues there, and I tweeted about this. You heard one fucking asshole in the audience go, "Oh!" No, he went, "Ah!" out loud, and I said,
"Fucking douchebag," is what he was.
Real professional. You're a journalist from a company. Fuck you. Let me take your spot.
I don't even think he was a journalist. I think he was just some asshole.
No, you need an invite to get in there.
You need an invite in there.
Yeah.
Well, then throw him out because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and I hope somebody tweets and calls him out for being like, this real fucking dick. Because that guy was a douche.
Something that we're all going to agree on, I'm pretty sure, is the presenter showed a lot of professionalism despite being heckled. He's like, all right, well, he tried to move on at first. He thought that they weren't going to get to work, and then they got to work. So
yeah, and then he said, "No, I'm okay."
And it was worth it, for Christ's sakes. That was an amazing trailer.
God.
Yeah, so what we had was, it looks like there's going to be squad-based commands in single player where you can tell people to move forward, do what you want. And I still say that Battlefield has always upheld the best reputation as the best-looking first-person shooter overall on consoles, on PC. Great particle effects.
Especially on PC.
Best shader effects, best lighting effects, all that good stuff. We're going to get into more of the multiplayer side at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, which is coming up in 10 minutes. So we're kind of trying to get through this, but it was a beautiful...
60 FPS.
Yeah, 60 frames per second.
FPS.
60 frames per second, seconds constantly, yeah. It's amazing.
Only from the little trailer and footage we saw, we can already see how great the sound mixing will be.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It was so amazing.
It's like I was fucking there.
Yeah, I love that.
God.
The next thing that was shown was Below. I don't really get.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really get much from that game because I was kind of doing other things and typing and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're trying to keep up
Falling
with our
over
Twitter stuff.
Battlefield.
Yeah. Anybody want to?
Absolutely.
Anybody want to quickly go over that?
Well, I tweeted that I instantly fell in love with the art style.
Yeah.
I love the art style.
And you also said if you were to pick one up, it was going to be like a day one release pickup for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. No.
Oh, I read that
But
somewhere
I
else
would. But I would.
Oh, now that you say it, I would. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right. Then we had
Halo.
Yes, Halo. And
I have my list here.
And I say, yeah, me too. I'm looking through my tweets. My tweets are my thing. So I said, you guessed it, new Halo game. I'll never complain about it, obviously, because I love Halo.
Fucking trailer.
What
Oh,
they
God, cinematics.
You know
Oh,
what?
God.
You know
I
what?
almost cried, man.
I think they were trying to make it seem like it was the Destiny game.
It didn't even look like Halo until.
That's what they were trying to do. If you
It was awesome.
Listen, if you go back to the Destiny screenshots and everything, they had a hooded guy with all that shit and something coming out of the ground like an orb. So immediately I had typed up, you guessed it, we're looking at Destiny here again. But then all of a sudden they fucking changed it, and it was a switch. I knew that that had to be the thing. I think it was just one of those knock things, haha, I got you. It's Halo, fuckers. Yeah.
Destiny, think again. It's Halo.
The only thing they said is that's an FPS game on the Xbox One, 60 frames per second, dedicated servers, and there was no other name other than Halo they have right now.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that Spielberg series coming up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the twin stick shooter. Yeah, the twin stick shooter that they have coming out as well.
Spartan Assault.
Yeah, that was it. They said they then announced that the Xbox One is coming out this November, no date, just November, at a launch price of $499. I'm okay with that.
Me too.
So much money.
As long as it's one unit. I thought they were going to come out with multiple units because that seemed like the norm now, where it come out with a $399 model with a smaller hard drive and then a $499 model with a bigger hard drive or something like that. But as it seems right now, seems like we're going $499 for a launch price of one model.
Yeah, in the United
Hopefully.
States.
United States.
North America. In North America.
But isn't it?
Euros.
But it's all the same all around, isn't it? It's
No,
basically...
it will be approximately $650 in dollars in Europe.
Well, that's just conversion rate, I think.
Yeah.
And shipping costs and everything like that. That's the only reason that happens, which sucks. It's not right, but it does happen.
Dave, tell me something.
Yeah.
When Xbox 360 was fresh and PS3 was fresh, how much did they cost upon release?
I believe
they were close to that, weren't they?
The PS3 was $600 or $700 or $800. It was one of the three. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wasn't Xbox around 400?
Xbox was 400 or 500. Yeah.
Holy
I remember.
shit.
Yeah. So what are we complaining about? It's almost the same.
I know, and we're
Not for me.
getting bigger hardware advances. That's what.
And here's the thing: you talked about the hard drive sizes and whatnot. Maybe with this whole cloud system, they're not caring so much about the hard drive. I don't know.
What was it? I can't remember what the hard drive is.
I can't remember.
I think it's 500 500 gigs.
It was already
Yeah,
fucking
love
huge
that.
compared to the Xbox.
Yeah, 500 gigs,
Yeah,
which is
I think
250, 250 more than the biggest hard drive on the Xbox 360, which was
Yeah, the one I've
250.
got.
And I got more news on that from a report that just came out. The new Xbox 360 redesign that they have is going to cost $200 for the 4 gigabyte model and $300 for the 250 gigabyte model. The new all that stuff, which is basically the same, a little bit more, but you know it's new
I'd rather wait
plastic
for
or
the
shit
Xbox
like that.
One.
Yeah. Moving along quickly, we have Titanfall, which did you guys copy me when you saw it? Like the name wasn't even announced. Did you see my tweet and said, "Yeah, it's Titanfall"? What if I was wrong?
I knew it.
I thought I just missed the title being shown.
No, you didn't.
They said Titanfall in the beginning, so I
Oh, okay, because the game
You need
hadn't.
to
I'm just trying to act smart. I'm actually a dumbass.
The game hadn't been announced previously. It was kind of leaked on a game magazine, so I knew automatically when they said Respawn Entertainment, Titanfall. There it is.
Shit! It was
I heard
awesome.
knew.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
And they
The
didn't.
HUD
They didn't announce it there, but it's an Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC,
and PC.
game. Yeah.
Microsoft exclusive.
I said,
Again, good mixing.
I said that it looks like a futuristic mech-human-based FPS, obviously FPS, with elements of Call of Duty, Blacklight Retribution, and Section 8. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like
That was it.
looks like a smorgasbord of those games.
Smorgasbord. We don't say that very often.
I just want to use it. I have it down in my notes here. I'm like, smorgasbord. I need to
Really?
use that word, yeah.
Well, here's what I fell in love with, the HUD. If you saw my tweet, the HUD,
God,
I
yeah.
fell in love with it, man. You get into the mech, and it's like actually as if you're in a machine, and then like you get hit, the screen goes staticky a little bit. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Real attention
Jesus.
to detail.
So this will be a game that I'm definitely getting. Shit.
I am
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
going to try that one. I'm
Definitely.
not even huge on FPSs, but I'd actually try this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim, what do you think?
Not interested.
No?
It's not my type of game. It's not my type of game. It's
Okay.
it's a little bit too futuristic for me.
Oh, that's fair enough. Fair enough to say. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for our Fuse-4 Network coverage of the Microsoft Media briefing at E3 2013. We're about to watch the EA one that is coming up in 4 minutes. We will see you guys exactly 30 minutes after that one finishes. So, yeah, just time it out. And
Don't
see
go
you there.
away.
So, and you can also tweet.
Yes, Twitter.
Yes, you can follow the conversation at Twitter with the hashtag Fuse4E3, all one word, FUSE, the number 4, E, and then number 3. With that said, I'm Dave McCauley, joined by Kim, Michelle, and Tyler. We will see you guys in the next post show.
See you later.